Can you initiate the Sephiroth, the Tree of Life, and the Qliphoth, the Tree of Death, together at the same time? Yes, you absolutely can, and it's actually what I advise people who are on my memberships and those who are doing mentorships with me who are wanting to initiate into these paths. The reason for this is because it's very easy to over-polarize, which means that it's easy if you initiate into the Sephiroth, it's easy to just stick with the Sephiroth, and then if you initiate into the Qliphoth, it's easy to just stick with the Qliphoth and then neglect the Sephiroth. It's very easy to over-polarize because ultimately there is a comfort for the ego when it comes to choosing a given polarity, because you're choosing a set path. When in reality, the true path of integration is not the left-hand path nor the right-hand path, but is actually walking the spiral path of integration, where you're embodying the different polarities at different points, depending on where you are in your process. So yes, undertaking them together is extremely powerful and is advised for true integration and individuation. However, you do have to undertake this pursuit carefully and strategically to ensure that you don't overwhelm your system, because the Sephiroth and the Qliphoth can be overwhelming paths in their own individual right, let alone when you undertake them together. It's important to realise that when you do them together, you're undergoing angelic alchemy, which is reconstructing your sense of self, and daemonic alchemy, which is deconstructing your false sense of self at the same time. So you do have to be careful how you approach the initiation. What I tend to advise people is to start by initiating into a given Qliphothic sphere, and then once that sphere is integrating, then initiate into the corresponding Sephira. For example, let's use the first sphere as an example, Nehemoth in the Qliphoth and Malkuth in the Sephiroth. So the idea doing it this method, you would initiate into Nehemoth, ruled by Namar, go through that transmutation process, and when you feel the energy starting to integrate, then you will initiate into Malkuth, ruled by Archangel Sandalphon. This ensures that you are getting an individual experience and feel for each Qlipha and Sephira on its own, as well as getting a very unique experience of feeling the Qlipha transition into the Sephira. Okay, you're tapping into the shell, breaking the shell first, breaking the illusion of separation, and then you are feeling the energies transition into the light. When you're feeling this transition, it is extremely satisfying, and it can even be extremely blissful as you break down the illusion and then embody the truth. So yes, it is an amazing path if undertaken strategically.